Sink keeps leaking around the drain. I replaced the drain/strainer last year, used Plumber's putty and it started leaking a few weeks after. I bought new Plumber's putty, a new cardboard sleeve to go between the nut and rubber gasket on bottom of drain, again lasted for a few weeks and started leaking. I gave up and put some silicone sealant, the white and red tube above drain, and it worked for a month or so. Last thing I used is the liquid nail sealant, it lasted a few days and started peeling. I thought it would work as I cleaned the sink good with alcohol and dried it real good with a hairdryer, then left it for a day after gluing. What in Tate world can I do to get this thing to stop leaking? See picture below of the culprit. Welcome to Just Answer, my name is I will do my best to help with your issue. On the underside of the sink, what's up against the sink? Rubber, then cardboard, then the lock nut.
Yes, underside, exactly as you describe, exactly as was on the instructions, exactly as I have seen on YouTube videos from plumbers.
Okay, maybe you aren't using enough putty. You need to apply at least a ½ an inch thick bead the width of the drain lip, then put the drain fitting into the sink and pull it down with the lock nut, squeezing the putty out from under the ring. You'll never stop the leak from above with silicone or anything else. You need to remove all the silicone, pull the drain apart and start over using a heavier bead of putty.
Rick, I have done that 3 times now, using more putty each time. It comes out the top a bit and I have to clean it off. I need another option here. I bought 2 different brands of putty. I watched a number of videos and did it exactly as described. It would hold for a period of time and then we find a mess under the sink eventually. It is leaking where I put that silicone from the top. Realize that is a bad place to put it, but the putty is not working.
The putty should ooze out a lot more than a bit. It should ooze out so much you have to cut it away a couple times before you're done. I've literally installed thousands of these basket strainer drains and never had a leak. Unless there is a defect in the sink, or the drain fitting, the only thing I can see in your description that may be causing this is too little putty. There is no other way to do this.
Okay, I was hoping for another idea that already tried what we have described, Rick. Please opt out and maybe I can get a different perspective.
Hi, I'm Gary. Is the rubber good under the sink? Meaning look and see if it has kicked out some. The proper way is as Rick mentioned, putty on top, then rubber on first on bottom followed by the cardboard ring and then the nut. Make sure after tightening the rubber does not kick out. Next thing I will add, since you say it holds for a few weeks then leaks, when this happens it's usually from really hot water, and soaking the dishes in it for a time, and it's melting the putty out. How hot is the water?
Yes, the rubber is good. One time I did not put the cardboard on between it and the nut and say it buckle, so have been careful not to under or over tighten. We got a new water heater and the water is extremely hot. We got this about 1 year ago. The sink drain just deteriorated last year, the nut was rusted, and it was leaking, so I started this replacement effort, which is what you see above. We like the water good and hot, so the dishwasher is getting really hot water. It is set at 120 degrees, so we don't want to set down much. What can we do? Is that maybe what was happening with the putty?
You can try silicone in place of the putty again, making sure it's completely dry when applying it to the top, and allow it to dry good before using the sink. You may want to use high-temp silicone found at hardware/auto stores. The downfall with this is it will be red or blue color. Other than that, I would mix the water a bit while soaking dishes when using putty. While there is a full bowl of extremely hot water siting for a while soaking is when it will melt the putty. I would also with a thermometer check the temp of the water, as I feel it's probably above 120 degrees. Also, which you probably know now, the cardboard has to be in place, dry and not ripped, or the rubber washer will kick out when installing. If the cardboard ring is damaged or wet, you can buy it separate at hardware store.
I think you helped me figure out what is causing it. Thank you.
You're welcome, good luck on your repair. Thanks, Gary. Hello, my name is I will be glad to assist you today. I do have put in many a basket strainer, and I must say I have had problems, but the only time I have had problems with them leaking in the past is when they were customer supplied plastic basket strainers. I'm not sure if you have tried more than one, but at this point, I would have to guess the problem is with the basket strainer itself, and I recommend getting a new basket strainer altogether. They are not that expensive, making sure the brand you buy is all metal, the one you have may be, but at this point I would write it off. Here is the basket strainer I use and recommend. http://www.amazon.com/moen22036 composite assembly stainless/DP/B0012C52RQ. Also, I have really come to taking a liking to the Sta Put Ultra Putty. It has polymers in it and forms better. http://www.amazon.com/OD25171 Ultra Plumbers Putty/DP/B0014Y34G8. Again, for the cost, I wouldn't replace single parts, just get a new one and start fresh.
If you have a home improvement or appliance question and want to chat with an expert now, visit JustAnswer.com/YTHI.